What's up, sports fans? This is the Lucas Ross Sports Channel, and it's time to give you another 5 reasons video. And in this 5 reasons video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I believe the Michigan Wolverines will win the national championship in the 2023/2024 college football season. Yesterday, I gave you the Georgia Bulldogs on why. I gave you 5 reasons why I think Georgia will win the national championship for the 3rd consecutive year in a row. You can go back and watch that video. I'll leave it on the end screen here, and you can go back and watch that video if you are a Georgia fan. And we're doing some of these, teams. We're probably going to be just doing 5 teams, maybe 6 teams if we just have time to do them. I gave you 12 teams basically that have a chance to win the national championship. Now we're doing Michigan here, a team that, won the Big Ten championship last year. They've been to the college football playoff now for the last couple years, but they've been eliminated in the semifinals against Georgia, and then obviously last year to TCU. Now we're going to give you 5 reasons, once again, why I think this Michigan team has what it takes to win a national championship in the 2023-24 college football season. So let's get right into it here with my 5 reasons for Michigan. We'll start from the bottom and work our way to the top, starting with the number 5 reason. That's Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is the coach that can get it done for this team. Obviously, a couple years ago, people really thought he was going to get fired after the 2021 season, but Michigan really shocked us when they did defeat Ohio State at home like a couple years ago, and then, of course, this past season. So they've beaten, Ohio State now for the last couple years, and Jim Harbaugh, you could tell, has changed this Michigan program as well. They've recruited so well at the highest level in the Big Ten with Ohio State, and, of course, all them top 3 teams in the Big Ten. But, Michigan is obviously, the team that, was, really right behind Ohio State over the years in the recruiting rankings, and now they're up there, in the top, class and everything. But Jim Harbaugh, I think, has what it takes to get this team motivated to, win a national championship. It seems like they just choke every year in the semifinal, but maybe it's their year. Maybe it's their year they can finally win a national championship or also appear in a national championship. So that's the number 5 reason why I think Michigan could win a national championship in 2023/2024. Number 4 reason is going to be the defense. The defense is going to be really strong this year for this Michigan team. Last year's defense, I really did not expect them to be really strong on that defensive line, but this team was really strong. Defensively, we thought they were going to, take a step back year after that defense they had a couple years ago in 2021. They had a really good defensive team that year. They had veteran players, but last year we thought it was going to take a step back, but this year they're definitely loaded on that side of the ball. They have 78% production coming back on that defensive side of the ball. I'm not too concerned about that, on that side of the football. I think the defense is going to be pretty strong. I think this will probably be one of the top defenses besides Ohio State in the Big Ten this year. Maybe also besides Penn State as well, but there's a lot of great defenses out there in the Big Ten. But I think Michigan has just got the overall talented defense, maybe besides Ohio State as well. But yeah, that's the number 4 reason. The defense has been good, the last couple years for Michigan. It's been really good over the Jim Harbaugh era, but, the last couple years have just been so, really good. It's kind of similar to Georgia's defense. In the last couple years, they've been so good, and now Michigan's kind of on that, edge and everything with Georgia on the defensive side. So that's the number 4 reason why I think Michigan could probably win a national championship this upcoming season is the defense they have at number 4. Number 3 reason is going to be the running game. The running game is going to be pretty strong this year for this Michigan team. You got good news. Blake Corum coming back at running back, one of the top running backs from last year's Big Ten conference teams, and, of course, in all the Big Ten, maybe in the country as well. He was definitely, one of those Heisman contenders from last year, but definitely got hurt at the end of the season, so that kind of ruined his chances, to win the Heisman. And I think that kind of ruined things for Michigan to win a national championship last year, because when Blake Corum got hurt, I think, that kind of ruined their running game just a little bit. I think Michigan is still strong without him, even though at the running back position they do got some great tailbacks that are going to be like maybe top 10 draft picks, maybe next year. But Blake Corum is definitely the leader on that running game attack. I think they're going to be really explosive in the running game. I think they're going to average a lot of yards this year. And plus, they have an explosive offense. That's one thing as well for Michigan. They have an explosive offense to get that done. And the running game, the offensive line can get it done as well for them. They can block down the field. So That's my number 3 reason. I think, the running game is definitely going to be a thing this year for Michigan in order to win the national championship. And again, Blake Corum is coming back, so that's the good news there. Then obviously you've got some other great backup tailbacks right behind him. So the running game is the number 3 reason why I think Michigan can win a national championship this upcoming season. Number 2 reason, though, is the experience. The experience and the production they have coming back on both sides of the ball this year. If you look at the returning production for Michigan this upcoming season, they do return 84% of their offense, 78% of their defense. That overall makes it about 81% production coming back this year for Michigan. And I think this is one of the most experienced Big Ten teams heading into next year, maybe besides, Ohio State and maybe like other teams, but Michigan's got the best returning production coming back in all of the Big Ten, and they're definitely ranked in the top 5, maybe top 10 in returning production and experience, maybe besides Florida State and obviously, some teams in the SEC. But yeah, experience is definitely going to get Michigan a national championship. They have veteran experienced players. This is a team that, this is like, some experienced players that played in the college football playoff now for the last couple years. Plus, J.J. McCarthy coming back. He should be better at the quarterback position. And, like I said, Blake Corum coming back at the running back position. And the defensive, side of the ball, that's going to be really explosive there on the defense. I think this is going to be a defense that won't give up a lot of points this year. Maybe besides, against the, really good teams in the Big Ten. Like, for example, maybe, Wisconsin will put up a fight against Michigan. And you got Ohio State that definitely can score some points. And then you got, of course, Penn State. But, the experience-wise for Michigan is definitely the reason why I think they can win a national championship. And like I said, they do return the 84% of their offense last year, 78% of their defense, which makes it 81% overall production coming back this year for this Michigan team. But that's not the number 1 reason. I think this is definitely the most reasonable reasonable why that, Michigan will win a national championship this upcoming season. The number 1 reason is going to be the explosive offense. The offense is going to be really the number 1 reason why Michigan's going to be the national champions this year. It's the explosive offense, and they had an explosive offense last year. It really started, in those first 4 weeks. We saw them, scoring, some points on, some non-conference teams, but the question was after they played those games, the question was, can they score enough points against Big Ten opponents? And that's what they did last year. We saw them do that, to Penn State. We saw them do that against Maryland. We also saw them do that against Ohio State at the end of the year. And, Michigan's offense has what it takes to get it done. The Michigan offense has been so good now and explosive in the last couple years. Maybe besides Tennessee, I think they're obviously an explosive offense more than Michigan. I think the offense is there for Michigan as well. And like I said, they do return 84% of their production from last year. J.J. McCarthy is now heading in as a full-time starter, and that's really going to, really help them out. And obviously, Blake Corum at the running back position. I think the wide receivers can get it done as well for Michigan. I'm not too concerned about that position for this team either. The explosive offense is what it's going to get it done for Michigan to win a national championship in 2023/24. So that's my number 1 reason why I think Michigan will win a national championship in 2023-24 season. And those are my 5 reasons why I think Michigan will win a national championship in the 2023-24 college football season. Let me guys know what you think about these 5 reasons for Michigan. Again, we'll do some other teams here for these 5 reason videos. Again, we start our official predictions, next Sunday, so keep staying tuned for those prediction videos coming soon here on this channel. And more off-season content on this channel as well. And stay tuned here for more sports content on the Lucas Ross Sports Channel.